Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome back to all the participants. So, participants, as you are aware, we have been working on the building of the pipelines. So, participants, could you please tell me what are the list of tools that we have used to build our pipeline? Anyone?
GitHub, Maven, and
Okay,
then Jenkins.
Jenkins. Very good. So, what is the purpose of Git, participants? Why do we use Git?
For source
to,
code.
to make the source code.
Yeah. So basically, Git is the version control which does majorly the hosting of the code, or the version control which tracks the changes to the code. And we have used GitHub to host our code. Are we good, participants? Then what is that we have done, participants? We have used Maven to build the code. And then we have used Jenkins. For what purpose Jenkins? For our continuous integration. Correct. What is continuous integration? It's the process where different tools are integrated and we go ahead and get the tools. Basically, the integration of tools will help you to connect and work in a pipeline. And then we have used Apache Maven. Apache Tomcat. Why did we use Apache Tomcat?
To check the result, like
For
delivery. For delivery,
right, for testing the WAR packages. Everyone, I hope are we good? Okay. So now, participants, there will be scenarios where we need to also work in environments involving Windows environment. Okay, so right now we have worked in an environment where it is Windows, and maybe this environment also be running in a Linux environment. Windows, I hope most of the people are comfortable how a Windows environment works. But when it comes to Linux, few people have exposure and few people don't have exposure. So what is that I'm going to do, participants, is that I'm going to show you what exactly is Linux, or how exactly can we bring Linux, because when you start moving into the cloud, there will be different, use cases where there might be Windows environment to work, there might be Linux environment. So it is very difficult to predict which environment that you will be working upon. So just to get an awareness, or get an idea, let me start showing you how to go ahead and involve Linux into your machines. For that, we will start considering something called virtualization. Okay, so participants, how many of you are aware of virtualization? How many of you are aware of virtualization? This is the backbone of the entire cloud services. Can anyone tell me if you are aware of virtualization?
No, but I have heard something about that, but
No
not
worries.
exactly.
No worries, no worries. Let me explain you. It's like, take a physical server. In this image, he has taken a physical server. There are physical servers. Physical servers means the servers which we get to see, what do you call it as? HP server, Dell server. So what they do is, instead of taking one physical server and running one operating system, they go ahead and install a software called virtualization software or virtualization server. Now, what this virtualization software or virtualization server will give you is, it does give you an ability on your physical server to go ahead and create virtual hardware units. What it does give, instead of physical hardware units, it does go ahead and give you virtual hardware units. So these virtual hardware units, now you can install the guest OS. You can see here there is a guest OS here written. That's what we call it as guest OS. OS is up to you now. You can use Windows or you can use any of a Linux distribution, and then you can run your apps. So by this way, what are the advantages you are having? Instead of using physical server only for one operating system, now you can run operating system of your own choice, different operating systems of your own choice. Are you with me, people? Hello? This would be even more clear if you look at the documentations. So in this scenario, VM physical host means you consider it as your laptop. You just go ahead and consider it as your laptop. On top of laptop, what do you have? What is your operating system? Can anyone tell me what is your operating system?
Windows.
Windows or Linux.
Yeah, most of the time we are on a Windows operating system. If anyone is on from Mac, do let me know. And then you will go and get to see something called a hypervisor. That is a software that you will install. Hypervisor is basically a software that is installed. Then KVM, plenty of softwares that are available in the market. So what companies do is, they go ahead and create their virtual machines. They go ahead and create their virtual machines. Now, into those virtual machines, we call them as VMs. You see, there are VMs, VM1, VM2, VM3. There will be something called OS. OS means your own choice. It can be Linux, it can be Windows. And then you run your applications in it. So it is like, instead of having physical servers every time for only for one application, they use it for different applications or different OSs. In this way, you are getting maximum utilization of the physical server. Everyone, are we clear? Participants, are we clear? Okay, so participants, this single concept is the revolution behind the cloud computing. I would say this idea has become the idea for the cloud computing. Now, how it is? So let's assume that, participants, if a company has brought servers and put operating system into it, and if that company gives you ability to launch your own VM, right? That company will give you ability to launch your own VMs. What will happen? You will start creating those own VMs and you start connecting to that. And if you use internet for connecting to these VMs, that is the basis for cloud computing. So what exactly is the concept of cloud? The concept of cloud is driven by the infrastructure that you create. See, this is the infrastructure you create, the virtual machines you create. Connect to these virtual machines somewhere. Let's say these servers are hosted in US. The servers are hosted in US, in their US data centers. You are connecting from India, and the servers are running, and you are using internet as a medium to connect. So that's how cloud computing started. Instead of having your own physical server, You go and rent a server from the cloud provider. Everyone, are you with me, people? Participants, are you with me? Do you have any doubts?
Can you repeat the last part alone, if you don't mind?
No problem. See, let's assume that I wanted to go ahead and become a cloud provider. What I'll do, I'll go and what I'll do is I'll buy servers. Okay, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and buy. First thing, I'll take a office space. Okay, very big office space. I'll put servers into that. And the office space I will take is in Bangalore. Very big office space where hundreds of thousands of servers I'll keep. And what I'll do is I'll install into every system something called operating system, Windows R2 2020, Windows Server Edition R2, R2, R2. I'll install in all these servers. On top of it, I'll install called hypervisor. I'll put it as H hypervisor. Now this server is capable of having the, let's say, RAM is 64 gigabytes of RAM. Every machine is having 64 gigabytes of RAM. Now, what I can do is I can go ahead and market that we are a cloud company. You can go ahead and create your virtual servers. So what happens when you want to go ahead and connect to these servers? When you connect to the servers, what you will do, you will use internet as a medium. And you have planned to create two servers. One is 4 gigabytes of RAM, small VMs, and the other one is about 16 gigabytes of RAM. So how much is the RAM that you have consumed out of 64 gigabytes of RAM? 4 plus 6, 20. So 64 minus 20. How much of RAM is still left? 44 gigabytes of RAM is still left on this machine. Now there is another person who is from the internet connecting to the same machine, now creating 4 gigabytes of RAM machines. How many machines can he create, participants? If he is targeting 4 gigabytes of RAM, how many VMs how many VMs can he create with 4 gigabytes of RAM? How many VMs can he create? 11 VMs. Why? Because I have consumed 4 plus 16. 20 here I have consumed. So first VM is here, second VM is here. So how many are left? 64 minus 20. How much is that? 44 gigabytes.
44.
So what I said, another person P2 wants to create good number of machines, maybe 4 gigabytes of machines as much as he can. So maximum he can create up to 11 VMs on the server, which is S1 here. If he wants to continue, he will go to the next server. Maybe more than 11, maybe more than 20 he wants to, like for example, you want to create 20. That means 4, 11 here already, and 8 more here on the next one. So P1 has created how many servers? 2 servers. P2 is created as of now 11 servers. If he wants more, you will continue. So what I became on the other side, I became the cloud provider and the cloud. Can you hear me?
Yes, Kumar, but your screen is not visible.
Yeah, Kumar, from last 5 minutes, I can't able to see yours.
Mhm.
I just tried 2 to 3 times to close and come back, but I'm not able to see the screen.
Okay.
And your voice is also breaking, getting some voice breaks.
Give me a minute. Okay. So participants, I have a small suggestion for you. So we'll do one thing. We'll see another 2 to 3 minutes if the issue is the same. Then I have a small suggestion for you. The small suggestion is, participants, please go ahead and install a software. There are 2 to 3 softwares I'll tell you. The list of the softwares goes something like this. You have to install on your machine. What is this called?
Kumar, your voice is breaking. Not able to get properly.
Okay. Please install first software. Give me a minute. Oracle VirtualBox, and the next one is Vagrant. Participants, can you attempt the installation of these tools latest by tomorrow? Because I'm not sure why there is problem with this network today. So participants, please try to install it. So participants, did you get the point? Oracle, VirtualBox, and Vagrant. Can you install these softwares, participants? Did you get the message clear?
Kumar, can you please ping it in chat? Because we are
I
getting
did
some voice
ping
break.
in the chat. Yes,
Yes,
I did
Kumar.
ping in the chat. Did you receive the message?
Not yet.
How about now, participants? Did you receive the message?
Not yet.
Not it.
Hope you should be receiving it now.
Yes.
Yes.
Participants, I think there is some issue in the network. So participants, this is a task for you guys. The task is install Oracle VirtualBox on your local machine and Vagrant on your local machine, because the plan was to go ahead and get these softwares installed. Once the softwares get installed, then you'll understand how virtualization happens, how machines are created, Windows, Linux machines can be created, how to go ahead and do an automation when it comes to machines, virtual machines. So the idea was that, but I don't know what is making this network an issue. So I don't want you guys to have suffer because of it. Please, participants, go ahead and install these 2 softwares if you're getting chance today. So next 30 minutes, you can consider as a task. Next 30 minutes, 7:30 till 7:30, you can assume that we are on a session and continue the install the softwares, Oracle VirtualBox and Vagrant. So participants, when we meet up tomorrow, let's meet up tomorrow then. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how is Oracle VirtualBox related and how Vagrant is related into our DevOps engineering and what are the benefits of doing it. Are we good, everyone? Are we good?
Yes, Kumar.
Participants, are we good?